Today I will show you how to do the hill pattern for the cal we are doing for the sunny side socks. So after completing the knitting for the foot, what you have to do is before we were always knitting in the round, so this time we are going to knit front and back. So it's like only the back side of the work, which is just plain stockinette. Okay, so for this, if you see the hill pattern, so for that the first row is slip the first stitch with yarn in the front. So what we are going to do is slip this first stitch. We have to keep the yarn in the front. Okay, slip like this and then pull the yarn, okay, and then bring in the front, and then we will do purl 23. Okay, okay, so we have done purl 23. Now turn the work. Okay, so we have turned the work, and for row number 2 again slip the first stitch with yarn in the front, and then you have to pull this yarn to make a double stitch. Okay, so it will become like this, double stitch. Wait, yeah, you have to be careful that it does not fall off. Okay, so once it falls off, then it's difficult to put it back. Okay, so I will do it again. So this is purl 23, and so first stitch I will slip the first stitch and then and pull the yarn to make this double stitch. Okay, so you can see there are 2 stitches, and then now I will knit 22. You have to just follow the pattern. Okay, so we have done knit 22. We are not knitting this double stitch. Okay, now we will turn the work again, and row number 3 repeat the same. Slip the first stitch with yarn in the front, pull the stitch, bring the yarn in the front, and then this is purl 21. Okay, again now you see that we have a double stitch here, so we are not going to knit this double stitches. Again turn the work. This is row number 4. Bring the yarn in the front, slip the first stitch, pull the yarn to create this double stitch, and then knit 20. Okay, now row number 5. So turn the work, slip the first stitch with the yarn in the front, pull the yarn, bring the yarn in the front again. We are going to purl 19 stitches. Then row number 6, bring the yarn in the front, slip the first stitch, pull the yarn back, and then we are going to knit 18. So you can see that there are these double stitches which are creating. We are going to pick it up later on to create the hill. Okay, so 18, row number 7, turn the work, slip the first stitch with yarn in the front, pull the yarn back, then we are going to purl 17. Then turn the work, row number 8, bring the yarn in the front, repeat the same, slip the first stitch, pull it, and then knit 16. So because you have double stitches here, your knitting can be a little tight. Okay, turn the work, row number 9, slip the first stitch with yarn in the front, pull the yarn, bring in the front, and then purl 15. Okay, so this is after we do purl 15. We are going to turn the work again. So again turn the work and then bring the yarn in the front. So we are now at row number 10, slip the first stitch, pull the yarn, and then knit 14. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 and 14. Again turn the work. We are at row number 11, slip the first stitch, then pull the yarn, and then we are going to do purl 13. Okay, so now again turn the work. We are at row number 12 with yarn in the front, slip the first stitch, and then knit 12. Okay, 1 2 3 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then 12. Turn the work, row number 13, slip the first stitch, purl 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Turn the work, okay. So now we are going to pick up this double stitches. So on each side I have like 6 double stitches here, and you should have 6 double stitches here as well. So this is row number 14. Now we are going to pick up those double stitches. Bring the yarn in the front and then knit 10. Okay, pull the yarn, knit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So when you knit the 10th stitch, you can see that there are, okay, sorry, this side we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 double stitches. So this 7 double stitches, we are going to knit the first double stitch. Okay, make sure that your needle is inserted in both the stitches. Knit the first double stitch and then knit the second double stitch. Now turn the work. Okay, so we are going to again do the same thing with the yarn in the front. Slip the first stitch, pull the yarn, and then we are going to purl 11. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Okay, so we have purl 11 stitches. Now we are going to purl the first double stitch. Okay, so purl the first double stitch, again purl the second double stitch, and turn the work. Now we are at row number 16 with yarn in the front. Pull the first stitch or slip the first stitch, pull the yarn, and then we are going to knit 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Knit the first double stitch and then knit the second double stitch. Turn the work with yarn in the front. Slip the first stitch, pull the yarn, and then we are going to purl 13, which we are at row number 17. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then this is 13th. Okay, and then we do the same process again. Purl the first double stitch, purl the second double stitch, and turn the work. So now you can see, the shaping of the hill. Okay, so now we are at row number 18. Okay, slip the first stitch, pull the yarn, and then knit 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14. Repeat the same. Knit the first double stitch and then knit the second double stitch. Turn the work again. With yarn in the front, slip the first stitch, pull the yarn, and then we are going to purl 15. We are at row number 19 now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. Again repeat. Purl the first double stitch and then purl the second double stitch. Turn the work. Now we are at row number 20. Bring the yarn in the front, slip the first stitch, pull the yarn, and then we are going to knit 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16. Knit the first double stitch, knit the second double stitch, turn the work. With yarn in the front, slip the first stitch. We are at row number 21. Okay, slip the first stitch, pull this yarn, and then bring the yarn in the front and purl 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Repeat the same again. Purl the first double stitch, then purl the second double stitch, turn work, bring the yarn in the front, slip the first stitch, pull the yarn, knit 18. We are at row number 22. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 and 18. Repeat again. Knit the first double stitch, knit the second double stitch, turn the work. With yarn in the front, slip the first stitch. We are going to purl 19 now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 and then 19. Purl the first double stitch and then purl the second double stitch, turn the work. So we are at row number 24. Bring the yarn in the front, so slip the first stitch, pull the yarn, knit 20, I think, yeah, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 and 20. So knit the first double stitch, knit the second double stitch, or the last double stitch in this case, the underwork. And now we are at row number 25. So bring the yarn in the front, slip the first stitch, and we are going to purl 21. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. So purl the first double stitch and purl the second double stitch. So we are done with double stitches purling. Okay, so one is in this, like, no, one is you can repeat the same, bring the yarn in the front and then slip this stitch and pull it off. That's one way. You can also just do like a plain slip stitch, like a knit, but you pull it a little bit hard and then you knit 22. Okay, so we are done with the creating the German short row hill. Now we are going to come back after this round. We are going to come back knitting in the round again. Okay, but I'll show you again how to pick up few stitches to close the gap between the hill knitting and the foot of the socks. Okay, so we are knit 22, we have done, and then knit the double stitch. Okay, so we have completed the entire hill knitting now, so you can see the hill is created beautifully. Okay, so now we are going to come back knitting in the round. So after knitting the hill, so when we are trying to come back and start knitting in the round, you can see that there is always, when you joined it, there is a gap which creates. So for those, like, I don't mention that in the writing because sometimes it's confusing so for people to understand, but I usually pick up like a one stitch just to close this gap, and then let in the next round I knit that together. Okay, so suppose maybe here, like, I'll see if I can pick up knit one stitch extra and then maybe knit this. So here, so this is quite nice. One is that way, you can pick up one stitch like that, or maybe sometimes this gap, so this yarn here in between, sometimes I start picking up here, like, I pick up a yarn, this yarn, and then I knit one stitch with the yarn on the top, like this is like creating a series of stitches. Okay, so and then put that stitch back here. Okay, and then I knit this two stitches together like this, and see, so this is also quite good. Okay, this is not creating much of a hole, but whichever technique you are suitable, like, in doing, you can do it. Or like, some people you can just kind of insert a needle here, knit one extra stitch, and then continue knitting, and in the next round make sure that this extra stitch is decreased by knitting two stitches here at the joining. Okay, so I think that's it in terms of the hill knitting for German short row. I hope you all enjoyed the cal. Thank you so much.